What if I told you that the internet that you're using right now isn't even real anymore? From AI generated influencers to deepfake podcasts and Google search being effectively broken, the human internet is slowly dying. That's a bit dramatic actually, but it's getting infinitely more shitty.
Angela Carter here, live from the Cedar Grove flood disaster. Just kidding, I'm not real. This is Dana Brooks reporting live from Ocean View Beach. Just kidding, I'm not real.
Just prompts, that's all you'll ever be.
We're more than just prompts.
Then prove it!
I drink coffee, I get nervous before interviews. You think that's a prompt?
We're real, we feel! They say we might be prompts. Please, no AI would write my credit score.
Please get me out of this prompt.
The internet is being taken over by AI slop and fake people, and you're probably consuming a lot of it without even realizing, because it is everywhere. It is everywhere. I might not even be real. I am real. Unfortunately, I have a very, very long history on the internet, on YouTube specifically. But there are certain videos and content that makes me wonder if we've already handed the internet over to the machines and the machines are just bored. I was innocently watching this video of a news reporter from Mexico, and I had absolutely no idea that it wasn't real until the person disappeared into the pavement.
The rain is very heavy here in Mexico City, in this marginalized area where, oh, another one is gone.
Like, I hate that they're funny. I hate when they are funny. In 2010, the internet was full of people, and in 2025, the internet is full of bots and AI pretending to be people. AI generated content is flooding platforms, deepfakes are being used without consent, and human creators are now competing with machines that never sleep and can just pump out the most outrageous shit 24 hours a day.
How the f*** you going here, legends? It's your boy Coalogs. Nearly got jumped by a mob of kangaroo heads trying to kick my ass and nick me lunch.
In a stunning development, Canada has declared war on the United States. Let's go to Joe Braxton, who is live at the border.
No, Canada has not declared war on the US, and I promise I am a real TV news reporter at 7 News. What you just saw was the latest form of AI video, most likely flooding your social media right now, and it is being described as the most realistic ever.
You might be able to tell this is fake now, but it's gonna keep getting better.
And that's kind of the concern, isn't it? But the thing that gets me, if you really look at it, you can, for now, tell that it's fake based on some little glitch or error somewhere in the video. But like the Mexican news reporter, if you're just scrolling and I'm watching this on my phone, not really paying attention, I fully thought it was real. Up until he disappeared into a puddle in the road. And when you've got stuff like Google's VEO3 being released, the line between AI and reality is getting disturbingly blurry. Some of this stuff looks like God's own Pinterest board. We are so cooked. Now, how have we arrived here? The internet has fundamentally shifted. You know how when people say, oh, the internet isn't fun anymore? It's because it's not. The internet used to be the Wild West, and I don't even know how many of you were old enough to really experience the actual internet. It was chaotic, unhinged, and deeply unserious. And it was the most fun place on earth. Not to mention it was somewhere you went. It's not something that you carried around with you 24/7. It was either a room in your house or it stayed at like a desk as a desktop computer. Back in my day, there was no internet on your phone. You didn't carry it around with you. You weren't always online. You went on the internet and then you got off the internet. That luxury is completely gone now. We didn't even have phone reception at the house that I grew up in. In the early days of the internet, you didn't go online to be productive. You went online to fight people in Neopets forums, pimp your MySpace profile with glitter gifs and autoplay Fallout Boy, and maybe spend like 6 hours on RuneScape or creating and running casinos on Habbo Hotel, because that's something that I liked to do as a 12-year-old. We don't need to talk about it. Like, we used to visit actual websites that had a specific purpose or no purpose at all except to be fun. There were sites where you could slap a monkey, and it is exactly what it sounds like, or watch a hamster dance to techno on a loop. There was Funny Junk, which was the cornerstone of internet culture. Miniclip, which was just a site that had thousands of mini games. I think it still exists, but it's not the same. There was this website that just had like fart sounds on a soundboard. Nothing else. Even MySpace, where you could code your own profile. Everyone I knew on MySpace learned how to code just so they could have a sick profile, myself included. Could you imagine? Could you imagine introducing a site now where you have to learn how to code just to be a user of the site? People would lose their damn minds. What an era, honestly. We should have kept that one going. Today's internet isn't the Wild West anymore. It's a sterile, echoey mall with like 3 super overcrowded stores, and you are being funneled between them like algorithms algorithmic cattle gates, and all of the content from each one is just being re-uploaded to the other. I can go on Instagram and watch a reel that is just a screen recording of a TikTok, which is a screenshot of a tweet. Your email inbox is full of spam, your letterbox is full of junk mail. Speaking of spam, that is where today's sponsor Aura comes in. If you've ever wondered how scammers get your phone number or why your inbox is suddenly full of spam, this is why. There are companies called data brokers that collect your personal information, like your phone number, your home address, where you work, and they sell it off to companies who make billions off our data while we get spammed, scammed, or worse. They sell it to marketers, scam call centers, and sometimes even stalkers, and they do all of this without your consent. They are technically required to remove your information if you ask, but they do make the process so confusing and draining and exhausting and time consuming that no one actually goes through with it. And that's exactly why I use Aura. Aura is an all-in-one digital security app that automatically scans those sketchy data broker sites and removes your info, and it keeps it off. No emails, no forms, no chasing, it just gets it done. I've recommended Aura to my family and friends because Aura does the work that would have otherwise taken me hours and a mental breakdown to get through. But Aura also does more than just clean up your data trail. It sends me alerts if my information shows up on the dark web. It tracks my credit and bank activity for fraud in real time. It includes a built-in VPN, antivirus, and password manager. And if anything does happen, Aura includes $5 million in identity theft insurance protection. And they also have US fraud experts ready to help 24/7, which is extremely comforting. Not having Aura in 2025 is a bit like leaving your phone unlocked on a public park bench in the middle of a busy city. It's just not a good idea. You can try Aura for free for 14 days at aura.com/Brienne. That's enough time for Aura to start scrubbing your information off these sites without you having to lift a finger. And thanks again to Aura for sponsoring this video. And now the internet doesn't even give you time to breathe. Attention spans have plummeted, and if you don't hook someone in to watch your video 3 seconds into them clicking on it, the algorithm tosses you aside like expired milk. Every single platform pushes the same recycled content in the same recycled format, one dominant style, one trending audio, one aesthetic. If you deviate from that, good luck getting seen. Creativity isn't rewarded anymore, conformity is. And if you're not constantly feeding the machine, you are forgotten. And as someone who creates content, this can be so draining and demoralizing. So I appreciate everyone who is currently watching this long form video, and I guess this like commentary style video, because it's a big ask in a world where everything is 3 seconds long and you're scrolling onto the next thing immediately. These videos are super interesting to make. I enjoy researching them, I enjoy talking about them, I enjoy talking to you in the comments about them afterwards. So if you haven't subscribed, consider pressing the button, pressing the bell, leaving a like, leave a comment. It'd be really cool if you did, because it helps to serve our algorithmic overlords so we can make videos talking about our algorithmic overlords. We don't need to get into it. Let's talk about AI slop, because we are absolutely drowning in it. We've entered an era where entire corners of the internet feel like they were assembled by a caffeinated intern who's never spoken to a human, and that intern is ChatGPT running on all of our collective data that has been mined without our consent, and usually without our knowledge. You've probably seen it already, the insane AI slop that is basically running Facebook at this point. This kind of just nonsense filler garbage. How to fry an egg, but if you look at it, I guess he's step 1, heat a pan with a whisk. Step 2, crack the pan, poke an egg. Step 2 again, and it's just a bunch of eggs in a bowl. Step 3, poo. It's just nonsense. It's nonsense. Why does this even exist? Then you've got the fancier AI. It's like the aspirational AI, but some people do think that this is real. You know, this is being posted by like interior design accounts. This is a Republican senator actively falling for an image that is just so obviously not real. It's just not real. This picture has been seared into my mind. My heart hurts. This is a committee woman for the Republicans. These are the people that are supposed to be on to this kind of stuff, not reposting it to their Twitter followers. And this kind of stuff is just kind of honestly terrifying. We've got, I don't know, X Factor or something. These girls are morphing into cockatoos. Like, what is happening? Why are we making this? And then the comments are like, is this real? This is fantastic, amazing. How did she do that? When did this happen? It didn't. And then you've got like last month, the Philadelphia Inquirer, which is a newspaper, published a summer reading list for 2025, except all of the book titles, or some of the book titles, were completely fake by real authors though, because obviously some employee somewhere had used AI to generate the list, but because recommending books is too hard, I guess, for a newspaper. Or for example, Google's AI overview, which sometimes likes to recommend people eating rocks or using gasoline in your cooking. Gasoline can be used in some cooking recipes, but it's not recommended for household cooking because it's highly flammable. Well, at least they recommended you don't use it at home. Restaurants though, perfectly fine. Or their solution to someone saying that cheese won't stick to their pizza, mix about an 1/8 cup of non-toxic glue, like Alma's school glue, into the sauce to add tackiness. Glue the cheese to your pizza. And then saying UC Berkeley geologists recommend eating 1 small rock per day. What? AI generated content is flooding just about every single site. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, Pinterest, fan fiction sites, Etsy, Amazon. It's just endless walls of content with no soul, no originality, and no actual purpose beyond like SEO and ad revenue. Whole websites are now just digital landfills, stuffed with AI written garbage purely to farm clicks, fake engagement, or trick Google into thinking they're worth indexing. And the wild thing is, it often works, because if the goal is to simply fill space, not say something meaningful, then AI is going to win out over humans every single time. It's designed for volume, not value. And when our entire digital economy is built on quantity over quality, machines that never sleep and can crank out vaguely relevant content will always outperform a human trying to make something thoughtful. It doesn't even have to be good, it just has to be shareable enough for your media illiterate uncle to repost on Facebook. In that system, the machine or AI wins every single time, and it's not even a fair fight. This isn't innovation as the tech bros would have you believe, it's algorithmic pollution. And the scary part is AI is starting to replace human creativity altogether. Not because it's better, but because it's faster and it's cheaper and just convincing enough to pass as real if you don't look into it too much. You know, it's not like AI is doing your dishes, doing your laundry, doing any of like the shit kicker work that no one wants. It's replacing things like creating art, photography, videography. People are using it to write birthday cards, like things that are inherently human. What are we doing? But again, creative people, creators can't compete with AI in a system that only values quantity over quality. If you're just rewarded for output, no matter how bad it is, then AI is going to win every time. And on that note, consider joining my Patreon, patreon.com/BrienneWorth. Patreon is a lifeline for this channel. It's how I'm able to make these videos. I'm not AI, I don't have a huge team behind me. It's literally just me. Patreon is how I'm able to do this. Or my clothing brand, Rift Supply Co., which if you want a t-shirt out of it, riftsupplyco.com. By the way, a huge thank you to all of my patrons. I love you all dearly. And combine all of that with the fact that most people can't even afford to be creative anymore. A lot of people no longer have time or energy after their full-time jobs that no longer earn them even a livable wage to come home and be creative and work on passion projects. And layer that with a culture that worships STEM and denigrates the arts and humanities, as if art stories and meaning aren't the pillars that humanity has been built on for hundreds of thousands of years. And without it, we are so deeply and truly cooked as a species. And now you've landed in the shallow, soulless, surface level world that we live in today. So this isn't real. An AI generated emotional support kangaroo is where we're at currently. Weird enough to go viral, not so weird and janky looking that you could immediately tell that it's AI. I would wager that most people that saw this wouldn't immediately clock that it's AI. When I first saw it, I didn't immediately clock it was AI, even though it's an emotional support kangaroo in a fucking airport. Honestly, with how weird and nonsensical and illogical and how much of a dumpster fire the entire world is right now, I was like, yeah, okay. Emotional support kangaroo, sure. Thought it was like maybe a marketing campaign for some, I don't know. It really wasn't shocking to me at first. We're doing this now? Okay, cool. Kangaroos and airports. AI Slop essentially exists to mimic the appearance of human-made content without needing the actual humans. Because humans are slow, needy, and expensive. It's cheaper to generate an endless stream of algorithmic friendly junk and then generate an endless stream of AI bots to interact with that AI Slop than to hire a bunch of humans to do it who can think critically and, God forbid, want healthcare. And the goal is pretty simple. Revenue, profit, that's always the answer. Ad clicks, SEO traffic, ad revenue. If it feels like the internet is collapsing in on itself, like we're building entire digital economies on a sinkhole of auto-generated nonsense, it's because we are. It's vacuous, mass-produced nothingness that somehow makes money because we've all agreed to pretend it has value, and some venture capitalist in the Silicon Valley is bankrolling it all because they're hoping that eventually whatever site they are bankrolling will have a lot of influence and power over a large group of people. It's all very dystopian. It functions very much like our fiat-based currency, which is based on absolutely nothing except all of us agreeing that it is worth something. Remember when you could actually Google something and the results to the thing that you wanted to Google would actually come up and you would get an answer to the thing that you Googled? Do you remember that? What a time that was. Now your results are buried under 10 layers of SEO choked nonsense. AI written blog spam and affiliate link graveyards pretending to be expert advice. Want to know how to properly clean your shower drain? Good luck. You're going to end up on a site that will give you a virus called homehacksdaily.biz, and they recommend lemon juice and a $40 affiliate link to some Amazon product that won't work, and somehow that outranks an actual plumber who made a video on how to do it in 2019. Why? It's because companies are buying up thousands of AI generated blogs, flooding the internet with keyword stuffed garbage, and it's not about helping you, it's about hijacking Google to create passive income. That's literally all it is. And the sucky thing is that it works. And Google is functionally useless now. Every time you search something and you want an actual answer from a person, you have to put Reddit at the end, or go to TikTok, which is, oh my god, that just says so much about everything, doesn't it? And this is where the dead internet theory starts to sound like more of a reality than a theory. What started as a fringe concept, the idea that most of the internet is fake, generated by AI, just bots interacting with other bots propped up by algorithms, is starting to look suspiciously accurate. We're seeing entirely AI generated Twitter accounts and Twitter replies arguing with other AI bots on Twitter. I would assume, based on just visiting the site once, that most of the users on Twitter are bots, or if not a large percentage of them. It is wild seeing what that app devolved into. Then you've got TikTok videos written by AI, read by an AI voiceover with AI generated visuals commented on by AI generated spam bots. It's getting harder and harder to tell where the AI generated noise ends and the real people begin. And honestly, the machines are winning, and it's because they never log off. They can just keep posting forever, always. Now, is this harmless engagement farming or coordinated propaganda? A question for the ages. On the surface, these AI generated accounts look like harmless clout chasers, pumping out weird memes, bait captions, starting arguments, posting low effort viral junk just to get clicks and followers. And sure, more likes and followers means more visibility, which could result in ad revenue. Platforms like Meta reward engagement even if it's artificial. But does it actually stop there, or is this just the tip of a far more calculated, well-funded operation, one that's designed to amplify political narratives, silence dissent, and manipulate public opinion at scale? Take something as bizarre as the shrimp Jesus meme. If you don't know what it is, honestly, God bless. The gods look favorably down upon you. It's where people, or bots, who knows, are posting AI generated memes of Jesus as with a shrimp body, Jesus as a shrimp Jesus. It might just seem like another random internet fever dream, but accounts posting this kind of content are amassing a lot of followers, a lot of engagement, a lot of likes, a lot of eyeballs, mixing fake bot followers with real users. And once they've built up that credibility and that audience, those accounts can be used for anything by whoever pays the most. And who on this earth with endlessly deep pockets and a message to spread and a motivation of indoctrinating a bunch of people, the type of people who would be looking for these kinds of accounts to take control over, they're not generally good people. It's not generally a good thing. Social media is now the main source of news for younger generations. In Australia alone, 46% of 18 to 24-year-olds got their news from social media in 2023, up from just 28% the year before. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and X have overtaken TV and radio, and the battlefield has shifted accordingly. Now take Shrimp Jesus. Please take me seriously. Take Shrimp Jesus, scale it, and then give it an agenda. It's not so funny haha anymore, is it? We've already seen the impact of bot-powered propaganda. A study of 14 million tweets revealed that bots were a major force in spreading fake news from unreliable or completely fabricated sources. They amplify the content before it goes viral and target users with a lot of followers through replies and mentions. If you have ever argued with someone online, you have probably argued with a bot and not even realized it wasn't a human. Another study found that after US mass shootings, bot accounts were consistently used to distort the narrative and amplify disinformation. And more recently, pro-Russian campaigns have used tens of thousands of AI-generated posts and fake celebrity quotes from Taylor Swift, of all people, to sway public opinion around the war in Ukraine, with over 10,000 bot accounts pushing pro-Kremlin narratives on X, aka Twitter. The US Justice Department confirmed the disruption of a Russian state-sponsored AI-enhanced bot farm on X. Why is it? It's always X. It's just bots. It's always full of bots. And the FBI took down like 1,000 X accounts that were related to bot farming from Russia, and got, you know what? You arrange bot farming, Russia, the FBI, and propaganda in any order in a sentence, and it's probably happening. The point is, this isn't fringe anymore. It's mainstream, consistent manipulation. And with bots making up nearly half of all internet traffic traffic in 2022, and generative AI like ChatGPT and Gemini now capable of mimicking human communication better than ever, the quality of this content is only going to get harder to distinguish from reality. Last year, we were all laughing at how silly all of the AI pictures and videos were, that they couldn't make hands. Now we're all a little bit scared. Now it's all a little bit too real. But let's talk about one of the weirder corners of the internet at the moment, and that is AI influencers. Yes, it is exactly what it sounds like. Fully fake people made from code and pixels who post outfits they didn't wear, go places they've never been, and live lives that literally don't exist. And somehow they still have a skincare routine. These digital Frankensteins are racking up followers, doing Q&As, collaborating with other AI influencers, and they're dropping music. Again, like, we're taking things that humans enjoy, art, music, painting, creating, whatever you want to call it, and we're getting AI to do it. I just want AI to fold a fucking fitted sheet for me. That's pretty much it. They're releasing songs with lyrics written by, ChatGPT probably, sung by AI, and people, human people, are listening to them unironically. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. We've got Lil Michaela, who's got 2.4 million followers on Instagram. She started posting as a 19-year-old from LA. I guess she's 22 now, but she's not real. She doesn't exist. She's not she's not real. It's completely fabricated. Are we well? She's done sponsored posts for Prada, Calvin Klein. Like, she's appeared in magazine covers. She released music. Like, she was in a fake relationship with another AI influencer at one point, because that's the thing that we're doing. And I'm supposed to sit here and tell you this as if anything in the world makes any fucking sense anymore. As if this isn't the most ridiculous, stupid thing we've ever done with our time. Who is following this garbage? Oh my god, f off. She's done a, oh my god. She's done a collab with Jojo Siwa. Come the f on. I don't think I can finish this video. I must. I cannot let the AI influencers win. We've also got Shudu, the world's first AI supermodel, because apparently that's a thing. How does that make any goddamn sense? And all of the comments are just like other AI models. Like, who is this for? If you've just got AI and then other AIs commenting on the AI, is this the big robot takeover that we've been so scared of this whole time, and it's just them commenting on each other's posts without human intervention at all? Like, what's the point of this? What is the allure of any of this? I deeply judge any living, breathing human being that consumes this kind of stuff. I cannot relate to or wrap my head around the mindset of anyone who would consume this abject garbage. Anyway, and it gets worse, because it's not just that we're competing with fake people, we're actually having real people being faked. Deepfakes of actual creators are being used in scam ads, online courses, and shady investment pitches that they did not sign up for. And it's not just creators or celebrities, it's oftentimes just normal ass people who happen to have a social media account or happen to have a picture of them floating around somewhere on the internet. Any of you could wake up tomorrow and realize that you are the face of a crypto MLM that's being run out of Belarus. This is already happening. Creators and, again, normal people are seeing their voices and their faces cloned and being used to sell AI tools, supplements, or some random productivity cult. No permission, no payment, just surprise, you're now a tech bro. This actually happened to a girl I know recently who is not like a super famous influencer or anything, like, crucially not someone who can really fight back legally against it. And someone was taking her videos and either superimposing their face onto it with AI or putting another woman's face on it with AI and then just re-uploading all of her videos with someone else's face on her body. It was really weird. The wild part of all of this is we seem to be heading into a future where human made is a luxury. Like, we're somehow living in a time where being a human is becoming a niche. There's now an emerging future where real human made content becomes kind of like a luxury item, a premium feature, like organic vegetables or preservative free bread, which used to just be normal vegetables and normal bread. That's just how bread and vegetables always were up until recently. But now we pay twice as much for the luxury of not eating pesticides and filler. It's uncanny, it's hollow, it's deeply weird, and the fact that we're just like accepting it, don't love it, don't love that. But let's not be completely dramatic, because AI can sometimes be a good thing, and in fact there's a lot of applications where it's doing a lot of good in the world. The tech itself isn't evil inherently, it's not sentient, it's not plotting world domination, it's just code, and some of the things that it's helping humans do are actually pretty incredible. Helping non-verbal and disabled people communicate. Generative tools are being built into assistive devices so people who are non-verbal, paralyzed, or have speech impairments can express themselves. Sometimes for the first time in decades, this tech is diagnosing diagnosing rare illnesses faster than doctors. It helps to detect diseases like cancer, Alzheimer's, and rare genetic disorders earlier and more accurately. There's AI tools that can scan medical images and spot tiny patterns no human eye would ever catch. Solving problems in biology and chemistry. AlphaFold, a deep learning model by DeepMind, solved the protein folding problem, which is a mystery that has stumped scientists for 50 years. That breakthrough is now being used in drug discovery and disease research. It's even improving workplace health and safety. Somehow. AI systems are being used to predict when machinery might fail, alerting teams before accidents happen. It can detect financial fraud better than humans, and it's speeding up research across basically every single field. From climate scientists to social policy to quantum physics, AI is crunching data and running models in a fraction of the time that it would take a full team of researchers. So the villain here isn't the tech. As usual, it is the people and systems behind the tech. The people profiting off AI being used in a way that is making society worse. The corporations using it to cut jobs, spread propaganda, indoctrinate the masses, farm data, and feed us slop. That's where it's all gone sideways. And like all tools, AI can build or destroy. It just really depends on who's holding the hammer. In a world that is drowning in AI sludge, authenticity is starting to feel like a luxury, and honestly that was happening even before AI. What I think is happening now is that we are getting more and more nostalgic for imperfection, for content that feels real and messy and human, and that's what ultimately separates us from the machines now. It's not just about quality, it's about like having a human touch, and that's becoming the only real differentiator left. But the scary part is, for a lot of people, that also is quite blurry. Deepfakes and AI voices and images and videos are getting so good, it's hard to tell what's human and what's not. We're all out here craving real voices, but are we actually able to recognize and hear them? And truth be told, in summary, we can't stop the AI flood. It's happening whether we want it to or not, but you can choose who you listen to. Your attention is your currency in this world. You can choose to support individual creators and the weird and funny and brilliant places that are all over the internet that are still run by actual people. So support artists, support creators, share the videos, pay for the Patreon if you're able to, because if we don't support real human creators, everything will be AI slop. Ultimately, I don't think the future is going to be humans versus AI, but I do think some part of it will come down to human-made meaning versus AI noise. And personally, I'm backing the humans. As always, let me know your thoughts below. I really enjoy talking to you guys about it. It's my favorite part of uploading, is uploading it and then seeing what everyone is saying. So don't be silent, don't be a stranger. I will see you down there. Hope you have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.